So this video is targeting all you guys in TechCAD just starting out. And one tool that we have yet to talk about in the, oh, I'm sorry, I got to switch my ribbon. You're looking at a 3D modeling ribbon, but I'll change this right back for you. Now I'm in 3D basics. That's no good. Let's get down here. Remember, this is one of the places I said you shall not go. So don't mind what I'm doing. You're a couple weeks out from navigating in that area. I'll try to go as quick as I can. So rotate is the tool right here. It is next to move. It's in the top of your modify toolbar. If you ever select, remember the one of the quickest ways to get to anywhere to a modify command is select the object and then right click. You're selecting what you want to change. When you right click, the whole modify command or window or menu, most of it comes up: erase, move, copy, scale, rotate. So some of the specific ones like mirror and fillet, offset, those don't. But so rotate's right here. And this is for those of you guys who hate analog clocks or analog watches. This sometimes is a little bit tricky. And when I talk about circles, you'll always hear me refer to them typically from the 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right? So 6, 12, 3, 9, okay? The stupidest thing about this is, so this is called when you rotate something, you're using what's called the polar coordinate system, meaning polar, meaning rotation around something, basically. And the other thing to note is you can see I put an arrow on here. You can also see I put something that says 0 degrees, okay? This circle is just here for kind of a reference point for you, but, and then this little, you could make this like a needle on a gauge. That's there because I'm going to manipulate it, as well as this square and this A, okay? So when you look at this, it says, well, what's screwy here? It's counterclockwise, meaning if I were to go from here, this is 0 degrees, okay? And if I follow the arrow and I get up to here, and it's counterclockwise, if I go a quarter of the way around that circle, well, where would I be right here? Somebody should know the answer to that, and I hope you do. You are, so they're not all 0 degrees, right? This is what? 90, okay? So you got to know that, and you got to know that this is 180, which I think that's pretty easy. And then down here, you go 3/4 of the way around. I'm just adding 90 every quarter I go away around the circle. So this would be 270, all right? So that means if I were to draw a line from the center of this right here, if I wanted this line to go 45 degrees, okay? So let's say I make this line 3 inches long. So if you want to make something a specific distance at a specific angle, what you have to do is, let me see if I can move my screencastify there. What you have to do is, now I've like hard locked AutoCAD, okay? You have to, if you want to make something a specific distance at a specific angle, you have to start by saying at. So you shift 2, you hit the at command. The first thing you type in is the length. So let's just say I want the line to be 3 inches long. And then you have to use the angle symbol, which is the less than symbol, or it's the comma key. So to get the less than symbol, you have to hit shift, comma, and then you give it an angle. So if I say 90, it pushes that line this way, okay? Now here's the thing. It's relative. So now if I say rotate, okay, it's always going to ask you for a base point. That's where does it spin from, okay? So now if I come down here and I select this end of that line as my base point, if I say 180, I want you to see what happened. It didn't go to this point, okay? It went 180 degrees from the point that it was at, if that makes sense. So if I wanted to get a line, and this is where you really got to think about stuff, let's say I want this line to go up to 45. Got to give it a distance, so I say at Well, don't even think about that. What if I just draw the line right to there? I don't know why it's not. I think I've got like 87 things open, and there a couple of these are really big files. So, okay, so I want to rotate this, and I want to get this line in a 45-degree direction here, 45-degree angle. So I can click rotate. I select it. I come down here into the middle. Okay, that's my base point, and this is where it's pivoting or rotating from. So I can, in this case, I don't have to do that at stuff because I'm just using an angle. I'm not giving it a length. It already has a length. Okay, so I type in 45 and it puts me there. But what if I wanted it to be 45 degrees in the other direction? Okay, you also have to kind of understand with this that 0 is equal to 360. Okay, so the 0 point on your rotation here is the same as 360. So if I want this line to come 45 degrees in this direction, downward from where it's at, what you really have to do is a little math. You have to say you want to rotate it, select right here, and you can think about this however you want. I'm normally like an additive person, so I kind of come around and I say, okay, it's got to be here, which is 45 degrees behind 360, or it's 45 degrees past 270. So however you get there is fine. You can take, okay, what's the angle? It's 45 degrees less than 360. And what does that mean? 360 minus 45 is what? 315. If I used my additive method, I would have just added 45 degrees to the 270, okay? So which would be the same, 315. Okay, so I put this here. I'm probably going to have you guys do a short activity in the next couple of weeks because I want you to get this concept. And I would have you show me 4 things. So I would have you show me a symbol like this, like a needle you drew on a screen. And I would want you to go ahead and rotate it. And I would say, I want this right here to go to a specific point. So in this case, I would say I want it to be 45 degrees in this direction, right? Between the 9 o'clock position and the 3 o'clock position. Those are just kind of imaginary points that might help you. So I say, okay, so what's the rotation? Well, I started here. So if I go 90, it goes to here. If I go 180, it goes to here. So it's 45 past 90 or 45 less than 180. So to me, I just look at 90 and 45 and I say that is 135. And you can see right there, it rotated me 135. So this would be good to do actually with the hatch task. But you can see right here versus where I started originally, that is the case, okay? Another thing I would say probably is do something like this. Rotate it, and I want you to rotate the right side, side A of this square or rectangle, 45 degrees, okay? So all I have to do there is select it and write 45, and I've got it. And then the other thing I might say is I want you to draw a line at a specific distance in a specific direction. And that gives you the last skill that you need. I might say, okay, I want you to draw a line that is 45 degrees under 0. So I would say, like, the line would have a specific length. I would say maybe at 4 inches. I'll give you a number. Okay, this number is meaningless to you right now. And I use angle. And I can go ahead and type 315. And in doing that, if I looked at your drawing and it looked exactly like my drawing, it would be 100% correct. Okay. So that's the long and short of rotation. It's a little mathy. It's probably the most mathy thing we do in all of our classes, with the exception of scaling and architecture. So hope that works. Please watch the video. Be prepared again for a short assignment on it.